Alright, so today it is the last day of season 6 of 15 Days of Foundation, day 15. I am so excited for today's video because I actually thought I wasn't going to be able to get this foundation in time to review it for the series, but Tarte came through and sent me a couple shades to try out. So this is the new Tarte Face Tape Foundation. It says Double Duty Beauty on here. It says face tape on the other side. There's lots of words happening, but it's called Face Tape Foundation. When I tweeted this, a couple of you guys said that the name of this like made you cringe. I don't know, it doesn't bother me at all, but I just envision like a mummy or something. Long story short, we all know their original Shape Tape foundation launch was a total flop, mostly due to the shade range, which just kind of like blew up and was this whole dramatic thing. I never reviewed that foundation. I still have 2 of the bottles in the boxes. I haven't tried it myself. I haven't reviewed it. So I was super excited to see that they kind of like rebranded the whole thing, reformulated it. It's a totally different foundation, and they basically relaunched it with a different name, and this one has 50 shades. So I think they learned their lesson on that last launch. If you look on their website, the shades also do look like they have basically an equal amount in each category. The Face Tape Foundation retails for $39. You get 1.01 ounces of product, and it says it's a long-wearing, full-coverage vegan foundation that mattifies, hydrates, and brightens your appearance. Natural matte finish, transfer-proof, waterproof, sweat-proof, has hyaluronic acid in it. So I have the shades 12N Fair Neutral and 12B Fair Beige. I'm going to insert swatches here so we can see what those 2 shades look like compared to 2 of the shades of the Rainforest of the Sea foundation by Tarte, and then some other foundations. Alright, so some swatches of the Tarte foundation in natural lighting. So right here is the Face Tape foundation in the shade 12B. Next over is the Face Tape foundation in 12N. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation in the shade Porcelain, and here's the Rainforest of the Sea in Fair Neutral. This used to be the lightest shade of the foundation, then they came out with Porcelain, and I think they actually recently just expanded the line more, so I think they actually have more shades now. I feel like this is no longer the lightest one. Pacifica, a light foundation in 38NF. New L'Oreal Fresh Wear foundation, the lightest shade 400. Fenty Beauty 110. CYO Life Proof in 101, and Dermacol 208. So if you're excited for the last day of 15 Days of Foundation, Season 6, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series so far. We are shooting to raise $25,000 for Project Beauty Share, Beauty Wishes 2019. All the info is down below in the description box. If you guys have been getting all of your merch and stuff, we would love to see photos of you guys wearing them on social media, so you can tweet me, you can tag me on Instagram. We're going to be reposting a bunch of your photos, Project Beauty Share and I. I am ringing in day 15, right? I've had like 3 cups of coffee this morning, had a little dance party for like an hour. It's already 10:24. So I haven't done swatches yet, but I definitely think I'm going to be closer to 12B Fair Beige. It does have a pump. This is what the box looks like, by the way. So full coverage, natural matte finish. Ooh, the shade looks really promising. Has a nice weight to it, this bottle. Like usual, we're going to start out with my Sigma F80 on this side of my face, and then we're going to do a sponge on the other side. Ooh, liking the coverage. I'm going to kind of spread this up to my forehead because I think it got a little bit too much. You don't need a lot with this one. It feels like a creamier liquid foundation, but it doesn't feel hard to blend out. It feels kind of like, I don't know, not buttery, but it has a nice like blend to it, if that makes sense. Would say this one is full coverage. I think the shade is about half a shade too light looking at my neck. Maybe I'll try this next shade. This one just looks a little bit more yellow, but maybe I am this one. Then I'm gonna have a face 2 different colors. Let me just cheek swatch this one real quick. Yeah, see, that one looks pretty yellow. I'm just gonna kind of like mix those 2 shades a bit. Ooh, it's looking pretty with a sponge. Okay, I do feel like I'm having to use a bit more product with the sponge, but the finish with the sponge looks really pretty, and I'm getting about the same coverage, maybe like a tiny bit less. I feel like you can see a little bit more coming through, but it still looks like high coverage and just looks more skin-like with the sponge on this side. It feels very moisturizing, which I wasn't totally expecting for more matte foundation, but it does say it has hyaluronic acid in it, so that's good if you have dry skin or need some extra moisture. I'm just smoothing over the rest of my face with the sponge now without product on it. It's looking a little makeup-y right here, which is kind of like my problem area, but the rest of my forehead looks really pretty. Yeah, I think this one is a sponger. I'm really liking how the sponge side looks, and I like that I got basically almost the same coverage. I have a tiny bit left over on my palette, so I'm just going to use a sponge to see if I can cover the scarring right here. See if it builds a little bit. Okay. Ooh, this is pretty. What is this reminding me of? Feels like the, yeah, it kind of reminds me of the IT Cosmetics CC cream a little bit, like how it feels on my skin. When I do the wrap-up video, I'll try this shade all over my face and see if this one's better, but I have a feeling I'm not really either of these ones. I'm curious to see if this kind of mattifies down more, because right now it's looking like a true satin finish. It does say it's supposed to be natural matte. Looks pretty good around my pore and nose area. The sponge side definitely looks better around my pores. I'm gonna take the 12N shade and just add a tiny bit with a sponge right here. Whoops. See, a little bit goes a long way. Okay, guess we're bringing this over. I just want to get like full coverage, you know? Yeah, it does build, and it still has a pretty like skin-like finish. This is looking nice, folks. I'm excited. Okay, so it's 10:31, so we're gonna call check-in time 10:30. Let's see how this feels. Feels very velvety. Can't tell if this one's gonna set down, like if I need to powder just so I can blend stuff. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes. It feels like it almost might set down. This also says it's supposed to be transfer resistant, water resistant, all of that. So I'm hoping it kind of sets down on its own. But I'm gonna give it a few minutes. I'll be back once I have the rest of my makeup on, and then we'll do shot in natural lighting and do a flash test. Okay, so now it is, exactly 11 o'clock, but the check-in time is 10:30 since that's when I finish up. So I didn't have to put a powder on at all to blend my bronzer and stuff on. There was a little bit of a drag, so I think I could next time probably do it, but I mean, it still blended out totally fine on top. So if I can avoid using powder on my dry skin, I do, because my skin just overall looks way better without powder. It looks more matte now, like now that it's been on for about a half hour. It definitely has mattified down more in certain areas, especially like down around this area. My forehead still looks like, you know, pretty glowy. It looks like a satin finish, and then down here I would say it looks like satin matte. This is one of those foundations that just feels good on your skin. I feel like my skin is just like soaking this up. It feels very nice and like plump and moisturized and hydrating, even though it is more of like a matte foundation. It's not like super glowy. It feels good. Like, it feels really nice on my skin. It does feel like how the IT Cosmetics CC cream feels on my skin. So right now I'm liking it. There's not really one thing. It looks a little bit heavy around this area, a tiny bit, very minimal. I think if I used like the Tatcha or e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer underneath and sprayed my face with some setting spray next time I wear this, it would probably be like perfect. But other than that, yeah, no complaints. It's looking beautiful. So on the rest of my face, for bronzer, I kind of used a mix of these two because I felt like I needed to warm up my face a little bit more. So I went in with the Milani 01, talked about this 50 times during the series. Then I also went in with the e.l.f. bronzing palette, this shade right here. I've been really liking the blushes in this Pixie palette. Pixie blushes, man, they're beautiful. That shade is what I have on for blush, and I also used like a mix of the highlighters for my face highlight today, and I also put this shade on my inner corner. For eyeshadow, I just went in with two shades from the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. I used Heaven and then this shade right here in the crease. For lips, I've been loving this combo of nude lips. I feel like this one almost serves as like a liner, so I don't have to use like a lip liner, and it just makes the lipstick stay on better. But this is the AOA Fleek liquid lipstick. It's $1. And this is MAC Patrick Star Peachy Peter. Super pretty, just like nude shade, and lightens it up a little bit. Love this combo. And then my lashes, I tried the Huda Jacqueline No. 20 Classics shirt. It's from Target. I always link all of my clothes and jewelry and rings, nail polish, everything down below in the description box. So when you guys are seeing this video, it'll be March 1st, right? Yeah, it'll be March 1st. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be taking next week off of videos just to kind of like de-stress and decompress from the last few months of being entirely stressed and overworked and slightly killing myself. So I am going to be taking a week off. I almost never take a video off, let alone a week off, but I feel like I need it. So I'll be back on Monday, March 11th with my usual 3 videos a week from there on out. And then Friday the 15th is the wrap up and ranking video. I've been filming this series since the beginning of January, so I'll have had more than a few weeks. I'll have had like over a month to test all these foundations again in different ways and everything. So the 15th is when I do the wrap up where I rank everything. I tell you guys the total amount that we raised. We're shooting to raise $25,000. You can purchase all the merch and continue to donate and stuff through the 11th. The 11th will be the last day that the merch is available. I don't know where we're going to be at right now because I'm pre-filming this, but I'm going to pin a comment with our current total raised $1 helps. You can donate through PayPal or you can donate through the website. Down below there's a donate button. Super easy. It takes about a minute total. Every dollar does count. But let's go in natural lighting so we can see what this looks like, and we'll do a flash test. All right, so we are in natural lighting. Let's take a look. Looks about the same. Looks really pretty still. It looks just very like moisturizing and plump. And it does look a bit dewier out here, I would say. Like my forehead for sure looks, you know, pretty glowy right now, so I like that, but I wouldn't say it's a matte foundation. My moisturizer though can sometimes really come through foundations, so I'm thinking maybe that's like kind of affecting it, but I need that for my like dry skin. I use it every single day with every foundation. Overall, I would say the creasing looks very minimal right now for what my face usually looks like, especially on the sponge side. Like there's pretty much no creasing on the sponge side. I'm getting a little bit on this side. Overall, I definitely think the sponge side looks better with this one. And because we got the same coverage, I would just definitely go in on sponge. But here it is, super pretty coverage and just finish right now. So let's do a flash test. Okay, considering it's already about a shade too light for me, whoa, my throat. I definitely think it looks totally fine in flash. If I had a shade that matched my neck right now, I think it would look probably exactly the same shade as my neck. It doesn't look like there's any kind of bounce back, and it looks very soft and flattering in flash. But I am gonna try and get 3 videos edited today. I just wanna like crank this out and be done so I can take a break. So I'm gonna go edit. I'll see you guys in a few hours back in natural lighting. Okay, what time is it? It is 4:13, so it's almost been on for 6 hours. And I've been looking, kind of just like glancing at my face in the mirror throughout the day, and I love the way my forehead looks. My forehead looks super like smooth and plump, and then the rest of my face looks overall, I think, pretty dang good, but I am getting a bit of, okay, focus, a bit of heaviness and just like a little bit more creasing right around my nose area than I usually do. Getting a little bit of creasing on my upper lip too, but I love the way my forehead looks. Like it looks pretty good between my eyebrows. Looks great up here. My face still feels very nice and moisturized, and it just like feels comfortable. Shade is light, I know, so it looks a little bit off, but I think if I had the right shade, it would overall look really nice right now. I was thinking about what I would do with this one, and I have a feeling this one mixed with the new L'Oreal Fresh Wear would probably be beautiful, because it would be full coverage. That one doesn't crease at all or transfer at all or anything. It just wears amazing. So I feel like since this one is so close to being like almost there with like the creasing and stuff down here for me, I have a feeling those two together could be a good combo. So I will try that and update you guys in the wrap-up video. I'll see you guys at the end of the night. Friends, it is time. It is the last check-in of 15 Days of Foundation, season 6. So it is 8:30, so it's been on for 10 hours now. This isn't a hickey. I just have had my good old hot pack on my neck. So overall, I would say my forehead looks great. My forehead looks super smooth, plump. It doesn't look like it's separating at all between, what is right here? Between my eyebrows. It looks overall really great on my forehead. Isn't creasing anywhere. It looks the same on my forehead as when I first applied it. On the rest of my face, it's looking pretty dang good. I thought it was gonna look more creasy than it actually does at this point. I am getting creasing still, like I've already pointed out, but it hasn't gotten significantly worse throughout the day. Like I would say it looks pretty similar to the last check-in, and this amount, and considering that my forehead looks this good, this amount isn't not controllable, if that makes sense. Like I feel like if I did the primer and used a setting spray and just played around with this one, I'm like 98% confident that I can find a way to really love this one. This one for me isn't like, I don't not like it on its own. Like I would be totally fine wearing this again tomorrow if I had a shade that matched me just on its own. Like I think it looks totally good enough, but I think it could just like take it to the next level if I mix something in with this. If you have watched all 15 days of Foundation, comment the word olive. I know olives are controversial. If you don't want to think about olives, you can also leave a yellow heart emoji. But I do just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has watched every single video, who has donated, who has supported us. It really is so cool to just see the support and everyone come together each season. And it's always weird, like for me pre-filming these, because I don't see your guys' reactions every day to these videos. But as soon as the videos start going live and I see your responses on social media, it just It makes me very happy. I have to hold my hand up right now because I am weak. Also, I was watching back one of the days, like at the beginning when I said I was gonna wake up and work out before each day. LOL. I think that happened twice. If you enjoyed season 6 of 15 Days Foundation, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Every time you guys comment, thumbs up a video, share it. It does help me out and just tells YouTube that they should show the video to more people, so I really appreciate it. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in about a week. Bye.